All right. Whenever the Dodgers make a big splash, we'll have to talk about it. And around 19 hours ago, well, 20 hours ago, 20 and a half hours ago, the Dodgers showed why they're God's empire by pulling a rabbit out of their hat, really $240 million out of their hat to give to this man, Cal Tucker. And the reason why Cal Tucker went to the Dodgers will infuriate you if you are a Blue Jay or Met fan. And it's not what you think. But I will get to that. I woke up this morning. I didn't even know this till like near 12 o'clock this afternoon. Dante Bichette signed with the Mets early this morning. Now, hey, what's going on? Great to see the beautiful, cynical one in the building. Good to see you, love. I'll say hello to you in a second. Um, I didn't even know Dante. I can call him Dante because I know who his daddy was. Dante went to the Mets. Now, last night I had so many voices up here, and this is why I don't like having a lot of people up here unless we're all talking about the same topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know nobody's coming up here today, so I can talk about this and give you good people out there my true feelings about this. Unlike, people over here, people over there complaining about this and that. I had a couple of Blue Jay fans up here last night acting like the world has ended, which was very comical to itself. But, and, you know, again, you have to be in the game to win the game. The Mets felt left out. You know, guys were clowning the Mets. And, Steve Cohen said, you know what? What's $126 million to me? Give him 3 years, 126. And now Bo Bichette is very happy. Why? Got paid. Marina last night was telling me, "Oh, Bo, the Blue Jays burnt that bridge with Bo a long, long time ago." But the Blue Jays are still the best team in the American League, and to prove it otherwise, I think the Orioles in that division will be the biggest threat because of all the moves they made this offseason, but no one's talking about. And how do you think Pete Alonso feels that they gave Dante the money this year gave him? Good to see Cynical One in the building. There she is. Saying hello to the beautiful Cynical One. Hope she's still here. Uh, Again, you're Pete Alonso, and the money that you should have received was given to Dante Bichette. How would you feel? I'll get those dates when the Orioles come to City Field. And Pete will get a rousing ovation when he comes back home. That's for sure. But like I was saying, to me, I think there's a couple of players left But right now, the key to the Blue Jays is open up your wallet for Cody Bellinger. You can save face by signing Cody. You get Cody, then you're going to be fine. You can challenge for the World Series. But it's mighty funny how the Cubs, who are my favorite to get it done this year, Cubs, the Dodgers, and the Mets in the National League stepped up to do what you're supposed to do to compete for a World Series. Shout out to Cynical One, everybody. Blue Jays still got Cody Bellinger right there waiting for them. All you have to do is write a check. And I was trying to tell all these Blue Jay fans up here last night, bro, it's about money. It's not about loyalty. You out of your mind? Loyalty? It's about money. They said Cal Tucker had no interest in playing for the Dodgers. What? And by the way, his money is not deferred. I found that out today. His money is not deferred. Okay, he gets all of his money. Okay. He wanted to play for this. Wait till Matt and Blue Jay fan hear this. The real reason why he went to the Dodgers, so he can be anonymous. He does not like to be a star of a team. He likes to be the guy that blends in. Well, he got paid the second most AAV in the history of the sport. More than Soto, more than Black Jr. Only Ohtani makes more money per AAV. What did I tell you? He took the money. I can tell you how the conversation went. Hey, Cal, I got you $60 million a year. From who? The Dodgers. Oh God, I don't want to play. Look, you don't have to worry about it. Just blend in. We'll make sure. We'll talk to baseball writers and stuff to leave you alone, and you could just go in anonymity as a Dodger. What do you think? All right, I'll go. Mookie, Freddie, Ohtani, Toscar Hernandez. Dodgers got a crew, bro. And they stole this man. But hey, let's go back to the Mets. The Mets got a good player, and they're gonna move Dante. I call him Dante. They're gonna move Dante to third, and he'll be their third baseman for the future. That says a lot about Beatty. Boy, I'll tell you, if I'm a team like the Angels, bro, get on the phone with the Mets and get Beatty from the Mets. Let them grow. We don't got no damn third baseman. We don't have a pitching staff. And now that leaves the Blue Jays. I had a young man up here who said the Blue Jays was a dynasty. What dynasty? Did you see the way your team choked in game 6 and 7? You know why the Dodgers made that move? For two reasons. Number two, they let the Blue Jays know when they come there for their home opener that this time around, they're coming to send a loud message to the nation of Canada. They probably dedicate the series to Trump. And number one, to keep the Mets at bay. Now the Mets did a tremendous job getting Bo Bichette. I think they did a good job and a very good backup plan to get Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette wasn't going back to the Blue Jays. And do you know what they showed today on Instagram about Bo Bichette? Something I said last night to these two young Blue Jay fans, which was, one was depressed, the other one was blah, 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 blah. Anyway, they showed Dante Bichette's last swing as a Jay. a 3-run homer. He dropped the bat instead of dropping the mic at Ross Atkins and Shapiro, and now he's playing for the Big Apple. And now New York got two matinee idols to prop to their female fans. Matthew Schaefer for the Islanders, and who did a hell of a job. And I'm going to get to that since I'm up here. The job he did on Connor McDavid last night was unbelievable. I'll get to that since I'm up here for a little bit. The Blue Jays, go get Cody, put the money on the table. None of that negotiation bullshit. You're lucky that the Yankees don't have enough pitching and the Red Sox can't get out of their way. But you better watch out for those Orioles. They had a hell of an offseason. No one's talking about it because of the Orioles. That's the way it works with the baseball media. Them giving the Mets kisses today. I give the Mets a little credit. I don't like the Mets at all. As you can tell, I love their uniforms, but the team, nah. They went out, spent the money, and got Bo. That was a great signing by them. Again, if I'm a team like the Angels with no third baseman, I'm calling the Mets for baby right now. The Eagle, no, I don't call them the Empire. I call them God's Empire. As you see right there in the thumbnail, the Dodgers have a $419 million payroll. Let me say that again for you people. The Dodgers have a $419 million payroll. And the Dodgers don't give a damn because Ohtani alone, Ohtani merchandise, Ohtani's brand pays for the Dodgers to make a profit. So give the Dodgers a lot of credit. They saw the Mets twiddling their thumbs. What else they knew is the Mets. And the Blue Jays, I don't think, wanted to meet that price. Well, if you're not going to meet that price, are you going to meet Cody Bellinger's price? So the Dodgers, this is ho hum to them, showing their empire and why they are God's empire. The Mets came out winners because they signed a big, young 28-year-old impact bat. And the Blue Jays, even though they got Dylan Cease and they got some third baseman from Japan, I guess, if they can just put the pen and paper to Cody, then the Blue Jays will be the big winners for the Orioles this offseason. See, I'm not like these people who are more casuals. I go deep into this shit. And to me, right now, the Orioles are the big winners of the offseason. The Orioles in that ballpark added a potential 90 home runs in two players in Taylor Ward and Pete Alonso. And as a matter of fact, let me see when the Orioles come in this year to Citi Field. Take a look at that. All right, Triumph and Guns N' Roses and Rush will all go on major tours around the country and the world. Oh, man. Congratulations again to the Mets. Great job, Mets. Hell of a job. And the Dodgers, hey, you got Edward Diaz and you got you got Kyle Tucker. To me, that's a win. So I could just tell you that. Let me get out of here. So, hey, I like what Baltimore is doing. They're doing a hell of a job down there, spending money for him. Yeah. There you go, baseballmlb.com, Bo Bichette, that's a Met. So, so Bo goes to New York. It's a good deal. Again, smart move by the Birds. Let me get those dates for you. Spring training starts a month from tomorrow, which is Valentine's Day. Let's see when Pete Alonso comes back to New York to play the Mets. All-Star game is at Philly. Well, I'll say it again. Dodgers, Blue Jays, April 6th, 7th, and 8th in Toronto. Wow. Baltimore do not play the Mets until week 2 of the NFL season in September. That is a long wait. Let's see, make sure I got the Dodgers and Blue Jays right. They wanted to do a winter classic of the Canadians and Blue Jay and Leafs from Skydome. All right, yeah. Blue Jays, they play the Rockies in the beginning. That's their home openers against the Rockies. Then they go to Chicago to play against the much improved Chicago White Sox. And then they come home, and I was right with the dates: April 6th, 7th, and 8th. 2 night games and a 3 o'clock Eastern time game on Wednesday, April 8th. Dodgers Blue Jays rematch. And it's going to get a little more intense. Now, if they get Cody Bellinger, then, like I said, the Blue Jays will be all fine and good. They'll be okay. You get Cody, and everything is good. And I like Cody over Kyle Tucker. You know, these young people was up here last night. They don't know the deepness like I do. And I kept telling them, things all right. Don't jump off the roof. Don't jump off a bridge. If they get Bellinger, who to me is a better player, it's not even close. Bellinger can play center, can play right, can play first base without a problem. Maybe because I'm too much of a Cody Bellinger fanboy. I ain't gonna lie about that. Loved him. First time I saw him and Corey Seager together a decade ago. The Blue Jays say adieu to Bichette. This is in the Blue Jays website. After 10 years in the organization, people love, Blue Jays love Clement. So it's going to be interesting in Toronto this year. To me, they're still the best team in the American League. If they were made one impact bat signing, they could still get Cody. If they get Cody, the only reason why I won't put them number one because of the moves that the Cubs and the Dodgers made. But the Blue Jays are definitely top 3 in baseball. And if they get Bellinger, I'll put them number 2 behind the Dodgers. They would have been number 1. The Dodgers never got Kyle Tucker. But they are called God's Empire for a reason, the Dodgers, and they do things right. All right, I'm not going to talk about this Sunday, but before I do, let me talk about Matthew Schaefer last night. Completely. Every time McDavid went out there, he went out there, and guess what happened? A late goal by the Islanders, and they win in Edmonton 1-0. And the Islanders keep rolling, folks. To me, they are the most exciting team in the sport going right now. They're fun to watch. They're entertaining. Patrick Waugh has let them run wild, and that's what you got to do to placate a team that's young and up and coming with some good veterans on the team. So that is the Blue Jays story. Let me get to LaFleur real quick. As I am talking, there has been a stall in the Matt LaFleur negotiations, and I can honestly tell you, uh, me being me, of course, I can honestly tell you that I don't know how you're paying a quarterback $53 million and you don't let him control the game, and now you're on the hot seat. And you come back next year, Matt. If there is no Super Bowl appearance, you're done because that's the way they do things in Green Bay. Okay, that's the way things go down in Green Bay. Do I like LaFleur? No, I don't. I'll be the first to tell you. Don't like him at all. I think he's just no, doesn't do it for me. But that's me. As again, they're celebrating the Bo Bissett signing here, and the Mets have every right to celebrate. They have every right to celebrate. The stories are coming out right now about the Mets picking up Bo. So the floor, um, like I said, there's a lot of things going against them right now. And people think that Green Bay is some little town where they're just happy at a football team. No, Green Bay is one of the roughest places to work in because everybody's looking at you. The whole town owns a piece of the team. In Miami, I killed them yesterday again as usual. They interviewed Salah and Chris Shula was interviewed today. That's going to be interesting. How did that go? So, but really, I said this last night. 11 coaching searches. I think a lot of people now have come to the realization down there. And when I look at that situation down there, it's hideous. It really is. And I'm being cool about it right now because I'm in a very good mood over the baseball. But that will sort itself out. They said within the next 2 weeks they'll name a coach down there. So we'll see how that goes. Good games tomorrow. The San Francisco game I'm gonna look at as uh, Seattle San Francisco. I'm gonna say that game could go either way. The one game I have the game's on Sunday, and it's going to be -7 in Chicago Sunday night for that game. And usually the league will switch the day, but they can't do that. So it's going to be cold in Chicago. New England, I don't know. With Houston coming in, who knows how that is going to be? To be dead ass honest with you. Matter of fact, I can find out for you right now while I'm up here. So, so I wonder what the people think. Definitely going Texans and Rams on Sunday. Boy, it's going to be 34 and sunny in Denver tomorrow. 45, beautiful night in Seattle. Snowing on Foxborough on Sunday. And it'll be 18 degrees at kickoff in Chicago Sunday night for the Bears and the Rams. There goes your weather. In the east, Denver is going to be 34, but sunny. So it's going to be football weather, but sunny in Denver. Seattle is going to be a beautiful night for football against San Fran. And on Sunday, both teams playing in inclement weather. That's how the weather goes for the final eight. Good evening to Miss Melina, my man Jordan. But like I said, should be very interesting. These four games coming up. Ooh. So Stefanski look like he's close to getting the Atlanta Falcon job. So good to hear from everybody today. And like I said, getting back to the baseball, ranking the teams. You know, ranking the teams in the baseball. Right now, you gotta go Dodgers 1, Cubs 2, Blue Jays 3, Phillies 4, Reds 5, Mets 6, Padres 7. And, Blue Jays got big chip on their shoulders, knowing that the Dodgers are coming in early in the year. That should be a hell of a series up in Toronto. So it's going to be a fun baseball season, it looks like. It looks like in the National League, it'll be the Mets, Phillies. Maybe the Braves get back in. Reds, Brewers. Dodgers, of course, in the West. That's the way I see it. So the Empire strikes back. The Dodgers get Tucker. The Mets get Bo Bichette. And the Blue Jays still have an opportunity to get Cody Bellinger. If they don't get Cody, then I'm just saying. So let me get out of here. People in the clouds, thank you. Melina and Jordan, thank you. We'll see you in exactly 22 hours from now. Denver and the Bills is early. Seattle and the 49ers are your late game, and I will have both games up here beginning at 4:30 Eastern Time. Get home safely. Wish you all the best. Tucker to the Dodgers. Bo Bichette to the Mets. Cubs get Alec Bregman. See you all tomorrow. Good night from the Oasis, everybody. Thanks for coming in. People in the clouds, you too.